Hey there, and welcome. If you've ever stared at a non-working internet connection and felt completely helpless, then you are in exactly the right place. We're going to pull back the curtain on the world of networking and give you the tools to actually solve the problem yourself. Oh, we've all been there, right? That moment of pure frustration. You're right in the middle of something important, trying to stream a movie or just scrolling online, and then poof, nothing. The internet is down. Again. So, you do the classic ritual. You unplug the router, you count to 10, maybe 20 for good measure, plug it back in. You jiggle the cable at both ends, you just stare at those blinking lights, pleading with them to turn solid. And still, nothing. But what if you could do more than just cross your fingers and hope for the best? What if you actually knew what clues to look for to solve the mystery yourself? Well, stick around because in the next 5 minutes, we're going to give you a basic toolkit to become a network detective. Okay, so every good investigation has to start at the scene of the crime. For us, that means the physical hardware. So let's start with the absolute basics, the connection itself. All right, let's break down your hardware toolkit. You've got your cables, of course. Then you have switches and routers, which connect everything together. And finally, the network interface card, or NIC. That's the part that's actually inside your computer that speaks the language of the network. So what is a switch anyway? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a power strip, but for your internet. You plug one Ethernet cable in, and you get multiple ports to plug all your other devices out. It's a simple, kind of dumb device, but it's absolutely essential for expanding your network. A router, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. It's way smarter than a switch. It's actually a small, dedicated computer. Its main job is to manage all the traffic, act as a security guard, and connect your entire local network to the huge world of the internet. It's really the brain of the whole operation. All right, so you've checked all the hardware. The lights are blinking, the cables are plugged in tight, but you're still offline. Well, the problem might not be physical at all. It might be a breakdown in the secret language that all these devices use to talk to each other, network addresses. You see, every single device that can connect to a network has something called a MAC address. The easiest way to think of it is like a serial number that's physically stamped onto the hardware at the factory. It is a permanent, unique identifier for your network interface card. And no, it has absolutely nothing to do with Apple Macs. And then you've got the IP address. Now, if the MAC address is the permanent serial number, the IP address is more like your phone number. It's how other devices find you on the network right now, but it's not permanent. It can, and it very often does, change. So here's the bottom line, the thing you really need to remember. The MAC address is physical. It's baked into the hardware. It's permanent. The IP address is logical. It's assigned by the network, and it's temporary. Your computer has both, and it needs both to communicate. Okay, so we've got the hardware and we've got these logical addresses, but how on earth does the entire internet keep track of literally billions of devices without just collapsing into chaos? Well, let's look at the systems that manage all this traffic for us automatically. So the original internet address system, called IPv4, was kind of like a small town that exploded into a megacity overnight. We are literally, and I mean literally, running out of addresses. The solution is IPv6, which has a nearly infinite supply. But getting everyone to switch over is, a slow process. So to keep the old system running, we use a few clever tricks. Your home network, for example, uses private IP addresses that can be reused all over the world. Then there's a technology called NAT, which lets your entire house share just one single public IP address. And maybe most important of all, there's DHCP. That's a service that automatically hands out temporary IP addresses to your devices when they connect. Now, you and I don't type in long strings of numbers to get to a website, right? We use names, like Google.com. That is all thanks to something called DNS, the Domain Name Service. Just think of it as the internet's giant address book. It's constantly translating the names we understand into the IP addresses that computers need. All right, detective, we've got the background knowledge. Now, let's get back to our mystery. You're still not connected? It's time to look for a major clue, a smoking gun that often reveals exactly what's gone wrong. So if you go and check your computer's IP address and you see a number that starts with 169.254, boom, you have found your smoking gun. This is the dreaded 169 address, and for a network detective, it is a huge piece of evidence. So what does this even mean? This address is called an APIPA, and it's basically a default address your computer gives itself when it's just shouting into an empty room. It means your computer politely asked the network's DHCP server, "Hey, can I have an IP address?" And for whatever reason, the server never answered back. It's a crystal clear sign of a communication breakdown. So you found the clue. The DHCP server isn't responding. So now what? Well, now it's time to open up your networking first aid kit and use what we've learned with a really simple, actionable checklist. Here it is, your 4-step action plan. First two are the basics. Check the lights, check the cables. Step 3 is to use a command called ping to see if your local devices can even talk to each other. But the real magic is often in step 4, renewing your IP address. This one command forces your computer to try again, to shout out to that DHCP server one more time and ask for a new address. And a lot of the time, that's all it takes. And there you have it. Just like that, you followed the clues from the physical cable all the way up to the logical address. You are now officially a network detective. So the next time your internet goes down, you won't just see a problem. You'll see a case just waiting to be solved. So, what other parts of your digital world are you ready to demystify?